A young boy and his older sister killed in a house fire in Douglas County overnight. Hear from the neighbor who went inside to try to save them.
Fire and fury at Lake Hartwell just days before the unofficial start of summer. What's left after this massive marina fire?
Concerns about a popular beauty trend, we're verifying if eyelash extensions are safe.
Live from the 11 Alive studio, Morning Rush starts now.
We are just 345,600 seconds away from the royal wedding. But there could be a problem.
Yeah, it involves TMZ reporting that Meghan Markle's father may not be there to walk her down the aisle. And so many of you are just pouring out your thoughts, saying how sad you are about this.
Yeah, Kate just tweeted in saying this in part, feeling annoyed for Meghan Markle's behalf. Having a bad relationship with your dad is hard, but having to be asked all the time whether he's going to be there must be torture.
Now, of course, we'll be giving you the backstory about this, but let us talk about it a little later this morning. Use the hashtag MorningRushATL to let us know what you think about it. Are you sad? I'm sad.
I am. I feel bad for Meghan. This is supposed to be her week, and now this is overshadowed by her dad maybe not coming. All right, we're going to get into it later on, but first we want to say good morning to all of you. Happy Tuesday. Let's get you started with the Rush Block and your weather.
All right, folks, we have some rain headed in our direction. Not here yet. Your morning commute will be fine. We do have mostly cloudy skies on the outside. That rain will move in likely by this afternoon. Scattered, not a washout by any stretch of the imagination. Looking at off and on showers. It's all because of an area of low pressure that's down here in the Gulf, just off the coast of Florida is where you're going to find that. Doesn't look like much now, but once we get into daytime heating, a lot of this will begin to flare up. Has been affecting mainly the southern and central portions of our state. Here in the metro so far, just the cloudy skies, but that will be moving in. Temperatures on the somewhat muggy side. You got a lot of 70s out there. 71 in Atlanta, 71 also in Marietta. Some of these 70s have been dropping, so you got 70 in Covington, down in Thomaston, but 69 degrees in Gainesville. Canton, you're in 69, 68 degrees also over toward Dalton. Let's get your forecast rolling for today. Let me walk you through it, folks. Starting off this morning, heading for the bus stops, you're looking at temperatures right around 69 degrees. Mostly cloudy skies out there, maybe a sliver of sunshine, that'll be it. East breeze will stay just a breeze all day, about 9 miles per hour. Scattered showers possible by the noon hour. We'll hit 77 and then 81 for our forecast high with the possibility for an isolated thunderstorm or two. Time now for a check on the traffic. Here's Crash Clark.
Thank you, my friend. The 5 o'clock hour, pretty kind to us as far as the interstates are concerned, but already starting to see some of that volume up around 316. Our best indicator that the rush hour is a-coming. 85, not bad, rolling down through Spaghetti Junction, even the top end and the east side, all in pretty good shape. Check out the trip times there. Still condition green. We'll start seeing those speeds drop a little bit. There's a live look, 85 at Beaver Ruin, getting a little bit crowded, so got to make that decision within the next 15 or 20 minutes. Shiva?
A busy morning, Crash, as we're following two breaking stories. Naima in Midtown with the latest on a condo fire, but we begin with Jennifer Leslie at the scene of a deadly house fire in Lithia Springs. Jen, this is just heartbreaking. Two young family members never made it out alive.
That's right, Sheba. A neighbor tells us that the two victims lived here with their grandmother. He describes the victims as a 10-year-old boy and his stepsister, a 20-year-old stepsister, again, living here on Boulder Park Drive in Lithia Springs. According to a Red Cross captain on the scene, the two never woke up after the fire started. Their grandmother and another grandson did make it out. She ran to a neighbor's house to try to get help. That neighbor stepping in immediately, running next door. Willie Mason told us he kicked in the back door and did everything he could to get to the victims.
And as I was crawling, the fire just started getting real intense and hot, and the smoke. So I had to stand up, went back outside, came back in the house, and I tried again. And it really hurt me to my heart because I couldn't save them.
Willie Mason's so upset, later breaking down into tears, talking about the 10-year-old, saying he loved basketball, wanted to make it to the NBA to take care of his grandmother. Investigators spent all night on the scene trying to figure out why this fire started. We can tell you that two firefighters were injured, but they are expected to be okay, Sheba.
So tragic, and 2 days after Mother's Day. Jennifer, thank you. Let's get to Naima Abdullahi now, following that fire at a Midtown high-rise. Naima, are residents still out waiting on the street?
some people are still out, but they've let the majority of the people go back inside the high-rise condo. The good news is no one is injured, but after 3 hours, firefighters are still on scene. Just take a look right here at the intersection of Peachtree Place and West Peachtree. Some of the roads are closed off. There are more than 6-7 different fire trucks here. Now let's give you a look of exactly where this happened. You see that condo right there, the Plaza condo. On the 18th floor is where we're told the fire started. Right now, fire crews don't know how this started or what was burning. We did get video of just how big the flames were when the fire started around 2 a.m. Residents smelled smoke, fire alarm went off, and that's when fire crews were alerted. Now, it hasn't been indicated if everything is all clear at the moment, but some people are being let back in. Firefighters are checking the air quality of every floor, every condo to make sure everything is safe. We're going to stay out here and kind of figure out exactly what more information we can find out about exactly how that fire started that left so many residents evacuating and running for safety early this morning. Back to you.
Naima, thank you. Fire on Lake Hartwell. More than a dozen boats consumed by flames. The smoke visible for miles. This is video during the peak of the fire at Portman Marina in South Carolina, not far from the Georgia state line. Chrissy Etheridge is on the ground as boaters assess what's left.
The massive marina fire started right here at the boat in this slip after a generator backfired.
We got a dock on fire, total about 8 boats are on fire.
The lake was on fire, the water was on fire.
I got all available personnel. I got 2 boats floating away. Correction, 3 boats floating away.
You know, this is a dock that everybody likes because we are so close-knit and we all support each other. But, I mean, we'll get over it. We'll get over it. We'll rebuild and do the best we can.
The fire burned through the lines, holding the boats in place, which sent the fire floating dangerously close to the docks nearby. And that fire spread to all of the boats nearby. Now, at least 12 of them are underwater, and this dock is a lost cause. We'll take a look at that damage from the water ourselves when we ride along with DNR.
These big blue eyes, this left eye right here, you stand out.
Furious words in court from a father to his 17-year-old daughter's killer after learning she got a plea deal. Olivia Smith, the victim's step-cousin and best friend, pleading guilty to involuntary manslaughter in the death of Abby Hebert. Authorities say the day she was fatally stabbed back in 2015, Olivia and Abby smoked marijuana shortly before getting into an argument at a home in Ackworth. A judge sentencing Olivia to the maximum 20 years behind bars. It is sentencing day for the man at the center of a horrific animal cruelty case in Polk County. Last month, DeVecchio Rowland was convicted on 214 counts, including felony dogfighting and misdemeanor animal abuse. Investigators say this is one of the worst animal cruelty cases they've seen. Nearly 100 dogs chained, starved, and left abandoned in the woods last year. 6:08 right now. That is your Rush Block. Now we want to get back to the royal wedding headline. The drama you'll probably see on Twitter and Facebook. The soon-to-be Duchess, Meghan Markle, well, her dad may not be at the ceremony. Liza Lucas is following this from The Bridge. Liza, what could keep him away from his daughter's big day?
Well, apparently it comes down to a scandal with the paparazzi. That is what people are pointing to. Reports saying that Thomas Markle apparently did not like some of the photos that some of the paparazzi were printing, so he staged some to look better. TMZ saying Markle's regret and embarrassment over the photos led him to cancel his plans to walk Meghan down the aisle. He also reportedly had a heart attack less than a week ago. Now, Kensington Palace is not confirming or denying either of these reports, but did issue a statement calling this a, quote, deeply personal moment and requested understanding and respect for Thomas Markle and Meghan. Now, this is something that has pulled up a lot of enthusiasm, a huge conversation online. You know, just 24 hours ago, we were more thinking about the dress, and now we're wondering if her father will even attend. This comment saying that Meghan Markle is dealing with this in front of the world's attention cannot be easy. I suspect most people would still hope Thomas Markle can be there on Saturday. Somehow, hashtag royal wedding. Another one, I hope Meghan's father does attend and that all snide remarks are swallowed and unsaid by everyone. Prince Harry and Meghan deserve civility on this special day. And I love this one from Jillian. She says, 18 years, I walked myself down the aisle. Go for it, girl. So we'll see when it comes to Saturday, guys.
All right. I sort of feel like, Liza, that we need a poll. Like, do you think he'll show up or not?
That would be
This is her week. She's about to become a duchess. And to know that we're not talking about her dress.
And we're talking about him.
Yes, yes. And let's just point out that her mom was the chief raiser in the family. She and Meghan fought really hard to get her mom included somewhat in the ceremony. So we know at least that her mom will be with her in the car on the way to the ceremony.
Sheba, it sounded like it's about to happen. I was just looking at a segment on Good Day Britain, and they had a historian come on. It sounds like Doria Ragland, who's 61 years old, her mom, is going to be walking her down the aisle. That just came out a couple of hours ago. And it also said that she wouldn't be the first person to do this. Actually, a few years ago, Queen Victoria walked 2 of her daughters down the aisle. So a woman walking, a bride down the aisle isn't unheard of.
Okay.
In Britain.
All right.
We'll see.
I would love to see that. I think that's the way it's supposed to be anyway.
Can we talk a little more about Tyrone the horse? I really want to get a little bit more detail about what Tyrone has been up to, how he's been living.
It's fascinating, though. Like, how are you chosen as the horse?
That's why I want to know more. We have 96 hours. I need to get to know Tyrone.
Tyrone would say, of course. A horse is a horse. All right, it's 6:11 right now. The one thing we need to know weather-wise, Chesley.
Oh, gosh. Oh, wow.
That caught me off guard. 81. I think it caught a lot of people. 81 degrees for the afternoon highs, one off showers for this afternoon.
You have to see the faces that she was making for this. Please turn the camera on her. The connector, not bad through Midtown North and southbound. We're going to detail, though, the structure of fire at the Plaza Midtown that Naima Abdullahi's been telling us about, and I'll tell you how to get around it. It's pretty simple fix. All right, Francesca, over to you.
You have to make a horse sound if you're going to toss to me now. All right, that's enough. Let's talk about what's going on in other news. You ever used an app on your phone and they ask you if it's okay if you can connect through Facebook? Well, those are the apps I'm talking about this morning. It's just been announced that Facebook has suspended about 200 apps that have that type of access over privacy concerns. Here we go again. So no one is safe. So they're trying to see if those apps may have been misused when it comes to data, and they're also trying to see how apps use data before a 2014 change to Facebook's platform's policies. They're not telling us which apps are being investigated, but if any misuse is found, the apps will be suspended and us users will be notified, but we'll just see about that. And now it is time for Yeah, That Really Happened, one of my favorite segments. So a Florida mom is expecting her second little boy. But what she wasn't expecting was for her maternity photo shoot to go viral. Take a look at the photo shoot that has everyone talking about her little nugget. Okay, so this is Bree Bradford, and she craved Chick-fil-A so much during her pregnancy that she and her sister Haley, who's a photographer, decided to include the restaurant's popular food items in Bree's maternity photo shoot. She says she went to the mall, asked the Chick-fil-A worker for a bunch of fry boxes. She looked at her kind of funny, but she did oblige. And then when they took the photos, they went viral. Bree orders number 1s, but this is her number 2 child, and it's due May 22nd. Ahead on Morning Rush, they're all the rage, and they look glamorous, but are eyelash extensions safe for you? We are going to verify.
A new app helping you move. With the tap of a button, you can get a pickup truck and a driver.
Turning her tragedy into change, why a mom is taking it on her mission to lower the price of insulin.
And things are getting weird. We got a new photo of the Stranger Things cast in Georgia for the show's 3rd season.
Like this, I woke up like this. We flawless. Ladies, tell them I woke up like this.
Yeah, we all want to wake up feeling flawless just like Beyonce, but ladies, we all know it takes a lot of hard work. Well, the popular beauty trend is promising to take you one step closer to feeling that way, flawless.
Eyelash extensions are everywhere now. From celebrities on the red carpet to the everyday woman looking to speed up her morning routine. But is this trend safe? Jennifer Bellamy verifies.
Burrell Wilder is still new to the lash extension game.
I like it a lot. It gives me a lot of self-confidence, get a lot of compliments on them.
She started getting them in January, and she's been hooked ever since. Eyelash extensions are single fibers glued individually to each lash, giving the wearer extra volume and length. The process takes anywhere from an hour and a half to 3 hours.
My favorite quote from one of my clients is she says, I come in here, take a beauty nap, and I wake up more beautiful.
Jenna Carroll has 12 years of experience in the eyelash industry. And before you clear your schedule and sign up, she says it's important to do your own research. You should also only go to reputable licensed and certified estheticians, so don't be afraid to ask for referrals. And also ask to see pictures of their work, because the quest for beauty can come at a price. The American Academy of Ophthalmology warns of trauma to the eye, infections, and loss of eyelashes.
The other concern would be, what glue are they using?
Doctors say many adhesives contain formaldehyde, which can cause allergic reactions.
It's kind of scary, but I've heard people used nail glue. I've heard people use Gorilla Glue. I've heard people use hair glue. I've heard people use super glue.
Doctors recommend asking to read the list of ingredients in the glue and do a patch test first. It's also important to pay attention to the esthetician's hygiene. Are they washing their hands? Are they using clean equipment?
It can be dangerous. It can be done very poorly. You can have bacteria in your eyes if people are not using clean sanitary products and equipment.
And despite a common misconception, you need to wash lash extensions daily. Just wait 24 hours to get them wet after your application. Because of all of the risk associated, we can't verify that lash extensions are 100% safe, but when done properly, results like these are well within your reach.
They do look gorgeous. They do. When people have them done. Lash artists recommend getting your extensions touched up every 2 to 3 weeks. If you get tired of them, they will fall out naturally over time. And full disclosure, Fran and I have never tried the lash extensions. I do. What are they called?
Individuals.
Individuals. When I'm working, when I'm off, no lash, nothing to do with my lashes. And you do strips.
And I do the strip, and I think it's important
right?
to also point out that I think you can get an infection even if you don't do the extensions. You can also get infection with the individuals and with the strips. So just be careful, whoever puts them on.
Yeah, definitely important. An important verify from Jennifer Bellamy this morning. All right, let's get a check on your weather with Chesley. You know, Chesley, you always have beautiful eyelashes, I must say.
Well, you know, I have a brush for that. You know what I'm saying? My secret is stay soft fro on the eyelash.
Stay soft fro.
We're looking at a few showers now starting to move into our southernmost counties, folks. Time now for a check on the traffic. Here's Crash Clark.
Not looking forward to that, my friend. Let's take you right up top. Sky Tracker over the scene of this breaking news we've been telling you about. Naima Abdullahi's been live all morning at this fire at the Plaza Midtown. A lot of activity out there, as you can imagine, off of West Peachtree near Spring Street and 8th Street. Let's get right to the maps and we'll show you what we're talking about. Get you around this thing because it's a real simple fix. This is where we are right here, the Plaza Midtown, 950 West Peachtree. West Peachtree remains closed. You can see some of that activity there, a little bit of yellow, in fact, on 10th Street. So just avoid that and use Peachtree. That'll get you around it. Can't really get around this, folks. That's I-20 at Panola Road, folks, out of Conyers, Lithonia. Get ready for it. The rush hour's here. I'm going to detail the East and West Expressway in my next report. Don't go away.
Welcome back to Morning Rush. It is 6:25 right now, Tuesday morning. Here's a look at the top 3 things you need to know before heading out the door. At number 1, First Lady Melania Trump is recovering at Walter Reed Medical Center this morning after undergoing kidney surgery. The White House says the procedure was for a benign kidney condition. There were no complications. Doctors performed an embolization procedure to treat her condition. That's a less invasive technique to cut off blood supply to a tumor or cyst. President Trump spent time at the hospital yesterday tweeting, "Successful procedure, she's in good spirits." At number 2, a disturbing story out of Northern California. 10 children ranging from a newborn to 12 years old have been removed from a so-called house of horrors. Investigators just releasing this video from inside the home in Fairfield. Police say the kids suffered extreme neglect and abuse at the hands of their own parents. 30-year-old Ina Rogers and 29-year-old Jonathan Allen are facing several charges. Rogers claims there was never any abuse. She says it's a misunderstanding stemming from when her oldest child, who's developmentally delayed, ran away. She claims they turned the house upside down to try to find him, and police did more damage when they searched the home. And at number 3, a wild hailstorm battering Denver. Take a look at this video here. It looks more like a snowstorm. Several inches of hail causing damage to homes and shattering windshields. Homeowners forced to dig out in the middle of spring. The storm also temporarily grounding planes at Denver International Airport. Now let's turn it to Fran and Liza for your Click Picks.
Thanks so much, Sheba. We are at the 11 Alive Bridge, monitoring all things trending. Of course, you're using the hashtag MorningRushATL, and there's one Click Pick in particular that all of you are buzzing about online.
Oh, we cannot get enough of this one. This is 12-year-old Victoria Anthony, and she is a superstar. Check out her performance at a recent Pink concert in Vancouver. Take a listen. She rocked it, not only singing Pink, but singing Pink to Pink. That was her rendition of Perfect. She was amazing, and now the video has gone viral. And she says, thank you, Pink, for helping me, making me feel like I can do anything.
And she was perfect with that. Sheba, over to you.
All right, ladies, thank you. We are following two breaking stories this morning. One out of Lithia Springs, 2 young people killed in a house fire. And we're going to hear from a relative this morning.